of a promise well kept.
Day by day, the dreams becomes a reality. And when the government is done with the road, that because we're a futuristic company, so we look at the layouts and look at what are they building and where can we be positioned.
When it comes to investing in real estate, patience and perseverance is required because the outcome or reward will be exceptionally satisfying or valuable.
This is my third time of buying land with them. And with the experience, it is good.
The event was met with excitement as clients shared their experience with Latera.
In my village now, if anybody wants to buy land, first of all, come and meet me.
One beautiful thing about Chalon Park Estate is that we saw exactly what we were promised.
To be in Chalon Park, it's amazing. All the plots have been fully demarcated, fully fenced, and work is continuously going on here. And it's a symbol of what we stand for, that when you buy from us, you have guaranteed peace of mind and you are sure of capital appreciation. And today again, at Chalon Park, in our Kelem community in Ngobara, we stand as a test that when you invest with us, you are sure to reap maximum returns. We want to see you on our next allocation batch, and it's going to move all through December. I welcome you all to a new dispensation of when you buy land, you get instant allocation. With Latera, a lot of things are possible for you. But first, it starts with you believing you can be the one. Thank you.
Our real estate company, why are you always fulfilling promises? Oh yes. A while ago, we were at Ngo Opala in Imo State for the allocation of Chalon Park Estate. It was an evidence of a promise well kept.
Day by day, the dreams becomes a reality. And when the government is done with the road, that because we're a futuristic company, so we look at the layouts and look at what are they building and where can we be positioned.
When it comes to investing in real estate, patience and perseverance is required because the outcome or reward will be exceptionally satisfying or valuable.
This is my third time of buying land with them. And with the experience, it is good.
The event was met with excitement as clients shared their experience with Latera.
I always buy. Even last week I bought. In my village now, if anybody wants to buy land, first of all, come and meet me.
One beautiful thing about Chalon Park Estate is that we saw exactly what we were promised.
All men make investments, but the difference between...
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Overflow Mindshift section with Benedict Obiajulu. This evening is going to be amazing, as always. Every Tuesday is usually amazing, and I'm excited to welcome you here because we are about to shift your mind from what you know to what you don't know so that you can elevate yourself from levels to levels. It's been mind-blowing. It's been amazing this week so far, and you're about to learn something new. Please, if it's your first time watching us, please don't forget to like this and follow our page, and also recommend it, share this to as many people as possible so that they can also learn a few things from what's going on. I'm really happy to be here this evening because it's going to be amazing, and I have an amazing guest for you right here. I hope you're ready. My pen and my writing materials are already here, and I'm also here to gather knowledge because I want to also shift my mind from what I know to what I don't know so I can also elevate myself. All right, last week we were able to learn something amazing from the amazing knowledge of Mr. Benedict Obiajulu, and he was able to tell something very amazing. And today again, we are going to learn something from someone I respect so much, because these persons have been able to teach me so much not just in the area of real estate and investing, but also in the area of branding and other areas too. So through them, I've been able to learn something really, really amazing. And from today, you're going to learn something great. So it's very important that you get your writing materials down and also remove every other thing that's going to distract you this evening, because your mind is going to be blown away. So without wasting much of our time, our guest is already here. So please, let's make welcome I call him Mr. J. Mr. J. So
Yeah.
welcome, sir. Good evening, sir. J is the manager of Brand Forge, and he's also a brand strategist. People who are brand strategists are very rare to find. So today is the day where we see a rare gem. And we are going to learn a lot from him. Sir, please, the floor is yours. Give us the best, like I trust you will do.
Thank you so much. Am I on? Am I on? Hello, everyone.
Yes, you are on,
Trust.
sir. You are on.
All right. Okay. So, hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to today's teaching. Right. So, thank you so much, Mike, for that intro. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a great honor to be here. Hope you all are doing very well. Hope your day was wonderful. Okay. So let's get right into it. So, but before we begin, right, I want to ask a very, very simple question, right? Because today we are going to talk about brand, we're going to talk about branding, right? Personal branding. We're going to talk about personal branding. So, today, first off, I want to ask a very vital question. A very vital question. And the question is, right? The question is, if your name, right, is mentioned when you are not in a room, when you are not in the room with people, like what would people say about you? What would they say about you? Right? Would they say things like, no, that person is a trustworthy real estate professional, uh, that person understands property investment and everything, or that person is honest and always delivers? Is that what they say? If that's what they say, you've already gotten your answer. That is what personal branding is all about, right? That is what personal branding is all about. Now, today we are going to be discussing something that goes beyond selling houses, beyond selling apartments and lands, right? We are going to be talking about how you become the person people trust when they think about real estate, right? Because this training is actually a real estate themed training, because I believe that all of us here are consultants. All of us here on this call, even if you're not a consultant, even if you're not a real estate person, it also applies to you, right, in your various fields. Yeah. So moving on, uh, we're going back to the real estate examples, right? So the real estate industry is not only a business of properties. It is not only a business of properties, it's a business of trust, right? Because the client is handing you their money. They are trusting you with their dreams. They're trusting you with their savings, their family, their future, right? That's what they're trusting you with. And most times, even if you even check it, most times it's their family, their lifetime investment. That's what they're trusting you with, right? So that's why personal branding is very, very important. It is very, very important for that reason. Now, so let's go into it now. What is personal branding, right? So personal branding, from my definition, is simply the process of intentionally, emphasis on intentionally creating the perception people have about you. So in simple terms, your personal brand is the reputation, the reputation attached to your name. What do people say about you? What's like, just like me now, for example, I'm a brand strategist, right? So what do people say about this person, right? How does this person behave? How does this person act? How does this person talk? You understand? So that is what personal brand is all about. You get? So it is what people believe about you based on your actions, communications, expertise, and even your behavior, like I said earlier on, right? For example, if I mentioned a real estate professional and people immediately say, like, let's say maybe I say, for instance, now maybe somebody like Mike now, I come and say, what do you guys think about that person? What do you guys think about Mike? Right? And people immediately say, oh, no, 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 that Mike is very, very honest. Or no, Mike knows the market very well, he can get me a good deal. You understand? Or Mike, no, 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 now Mike will never sell you fake property. That is your personal brand, right? That is your personal brand, because you're already shaping perceptions. You are already shaping perceptions. You're already building that name. You're already building it to the way people should actually address you, people actually see you, people actually perceive you, people actually communicate with you, right? So that is how that is what personal brand is, right? So let me go further and use like another example, right? Let me go further and use another example. Now, the next example that I want to give is about two agents, right? So one says that they sell. Can you guys hear me? Mike, are you hearing me? Is everyone hearing me? Hello? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear.
All right, all right, all right. So, okay, so I was talking about two agents, right? So let's say maybe agent A, right, says that he or she sells land. So it's just land, I sell land, I sell land, come and buy land, I sell land, come and buy land, I sell land. But then agent B comes and is like, oh, I help Nigerians and investors secure verified properties to make smarter and make smarter investment decisions. Like, just imagine these two things now. Who would you rather move with? Who would you rather move with? For me, I would move with the person that helps me, or that helps me secure good properties, right? That says that they help me to sell good properties, because the other person is looking desperate. You understand? He's looking like he can sell anything at any time to anybody. You get? So the second person has already positioned themselves differently. You understand? Which is agent B. He knows what he or she is doing. You understand? They are trying to craft a sense of trust around themselves, a sense of security. You understand? So if you want to get a property, if you want to make smart investment decisions, come to me. You understand? And I'm going to be showing you guys how you can actually do that, right? So first off, let's go to why personal branding actually matters, right? Why it matters, especially in real estate, right? Why it matters, especially in real estate. Now, the Nigerian real estate market, like we all know, is very, very, very competitive. It is very, very competitive. Like, there are thousands of agents, developers, consultants, property marketers, you name it. There are countless numbers of them, right? So the question becomes, right? So many people, because so many people are offering similar things but in different ways, right? So the question now becomes, right, why should someone choose you? And that is the reason why personal branding is important. So why should people choose you? So number one is personal branding helps you build trust, right? It helps you build trust. In real estate most especially, this is very, very important. If a client does not trust you, forget it, you are not getting their money. Yeah. you are not getting their money one bit. I've actually stayed in a particular situation, like I've actually been in a particular situation where I sat down with someone, and then they were asking another person, guy, this that's the reason why this thing is very important. Like, it was like, guy, this person now, this guy came to offer me a particular property, but I don't like this guy is looking fishy. Now, the reason why he said that was because of the way the person was dressed, right? Just because of the way the person was dressed, not necessarily that the person said anything bad or no, just mainly from the way the person was dressed. And now the person in question was offering the guy a land like of over more than, I think, 15 million naira, right? More than 15 million naira. And you're trying to sell that kind of property, but you're not looking the part, right? You're not looking like somebody that has actually sold property worth 15 million naira. That's the reason why personal branding is very, very important, right? That's the reason why it's very, very important, because it encompasses a lot of things. It's not just only the way you talk. Even the way people see you can make you feel cheap, right? Can make you feel cheap, can make you feel like people will not even trust you. You'll be so untrustworthy, right? If there is a word like that, yeah, you'll be so untrustworthy, right? So moving on, right? So in real estate, clients actually have a lot of fears, right? They worry so much about fake properties, land disputes, fraud, missing documents, unverified developers, all those type of things. They worry so much about all these things. That is the reason why you need to build a personal brand, because whenever a client comes, right, what they do is they try to weigh you. They try to know, okay, can I trust this person? That is why you build a personal brand. That is one of the reasons why you should build a personal brand, to build trust. Now, moving on to the next reason why you should build personal brands, why you should start today and start building personal brands. The next reason is personal branding helps you attract better opportunities. It helps you attract better opportunities. Now, it's your strong brand. If you have a strong brand, right? If you have a strong personal brand, it can help you attract like a different level of clients, both clients, investors, partnerships, referrals, you name it. It helps you do all these things, right? It helps you like attract the kind of opportunities that even you yourself, you will be wowed. And that is the reason why this thing is very important, right? It's very, very important. A person who consistently shares value, like consistently shares valuable real estate, let's say valuable real estate information, you understand, becomes recognized as an expert. You become recognized as an expert. You become recognized in your field, in your niche, right? You are in the real estate niche, but then you keep teaching people about this particular thing. You keep teaching people about, okay, how to acquire properties the right way, how to acquire houses the right way, how to acquire how to the documents to check different, like giving them detailed information without gatekeeping it. There is something I was discussing with someone. I was discussing with a friend of mine. We were just talking randomly, and something came up, right? And he was like, that people smell bullshit. Sorry to use that word. Like people smell bullshit from a mile away, but they just don't want to tell you. Like they just keep quiet and let you finish. They smell bullshit from a mile away. Like they know when you are talking, like when what you are saying, in fact, is rubbish. They know. They know. So if you are trying to gatekeep this, okay, let them not know so that they'll not go and use their hand to do it by themselves, you end up shooting yourself in the leg, right? Because you'll be penny wise, pound foolish. A client that wants to get a property, when they think of who to get a property from, or they think about like getting a property, who do you think they will think about after dishing out all those information, all those valuable information? It's you, of course. You are the one that they are going to think about. Why? Because you've shown yourself that you are a professional, right? You've shown yourself that you're a professional, and honestly, professionals don't gatekeep. I've not actually seen someone that knows a lot about something gatekeeping what they know, right? They tell you what they know. You get. Now the reason why they tell you what they know is because as they are telling you, right? Say somebody that wants to sell something to you now, they are telling you things so that you will know that they know what they are saying, right? That you know that they know what they are saying, so that in case you have them in mind, that is the reason why you need to do something like that, right? So the next number 3, right? Like in the reasons why you should why personal branding matters. Number 3 is personal branding increases referrals, right? It increases referrals. So in this case, in real estate, you know now, if someone gets a property and then you treat them very well, you made the whole process easy for them, and then you taught them, you educated them, you took them along, you understand, you carried them along to every single step of the way, you were with them and everything, they will trust you. You understand? Because you're already building trust. In fact, you've already built trust. You understand? For them to even come to you in the first place. You get. So when they now come to you and then you do something like that, you're already solidifying the whole thing. You get. So you communicated well, you did everything. So people eventually they will refer you to other people. They will refer you to other people because people may forget what you said, but they will not forget how you made them feel. People may forget what you said, but they will not forget how you made them feel. This is something I want you to take out of this particular part where I said personal branding increases referrals. So now I want to show you the difference between personal branding and just marketing, right? Because many real estate professionals, like real estate consultants and all, many real estate consultants and all, they confuse marketing with personal branding, right? So let me just simplify it, right? So marketing is all about what you sell. I sell these, come and buy land. I sell these. We have so and so and so and so and so plots in so and so and so place. Come and buy. We have this in so and so and so and so place. Come and buy. Right? That is what marketing is. Now, personal branding is about why should people trust you to even come and buy what you are selling? You understand what I'm saying? Why should people trust you enough to buy what you are selling? Right? So let me make an example now. A marketer will just a real estate marketer will just come, be like, okay, 3 bedroom, excuse me, three bedroom apartment is available in Lekki or in Asaba. 3 bedroom apartment available in Asaba, or 6 plot of land available in Ogwashuku. That is marketing. You are not. Why do you think I will come and buy from you? Why do you think I will come and buy from you? I don't know anything about you. You have not told me anything reasonable, anything tangible for me to trust you, right? So why should I come and buy from you? Right? So, but a personal brand, like someone building a personal brand will say something like, okay, so I help young professionals find secure homes in locations that fit their lifestyle and investment goals. This is what a personal branding does. It makes you focus, laser focused on a particular thing. You're not selling to everybody, you are selling to a particular target audience, right? So marketing gets attention, right? Marketing surely you may get attention, okay, depending on how loud you are. Because okay, there was something me and my boss were saying the other day. It was like even crazy people. It was like even crazy people go viral, right? Even mad people go viral. So you can actually do anything and then you go viral with it, right? So marketing gets attention, but personal branding build relationship with your buyers, and that is what you want. Because some you don't want to do, you sell today to this person and then tomorrow you cannot sell to that person again. It's like once and done. No, you want to have repeat buyers, repeat clients. That is the goal. And in order for you to do that, you need to have a personal brand, right? Marketing can bring a buyer once, you get, but personal branding will give you that one person may continue buying for years to come. You understand? And then from that one person you can get another person. Like, that is just how personal branding is. Are you with me? Hello, are you guys with me? Okay, so now moving on. Okay, so moving on, we want to. Sorry, I just checked the comments, right? I just checked the comments, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing yes. Okay, no problem. Okay, all right. So I'm moving on. So okay, so now the next session is building the foundation of your real estate personal brand. So I'm here. I'm going to help you guys build the personal brand. I'm going to tell you guys how to build it if time permits me, right? If time permits me. So before you build a brand outside, you must first understand yourself. That is something I want you to understand. You must first understand yourself first before you start wanting people to understand you, right? A confused person cannot build a clear brand. So you need to understand yourself, understand your values. Like, ask yourself, like this. Okay, now this step. Now I broke it down into different steps, right? So this is step one. Step one is discover your identity. Ask yourself, who am I? Right? What do I represent? Me now as a person, what do I represent? What are the values that guides me? Like, what are the things that I believe? Right? Who do I want to serve? Why do I want to serve these people? Can I help these people? Do you understand? So you must first discover yourself before you start trying to help any other person or try to like push out any brand there or your personal brand there. Right? Identify yourself. So now, as a real estate professional, so your identity could be something like, okay, I am a property consultant who believes in transparency and helping people make safe investment decisions. Yes, your own. That's what you could do. That could be your own. I am a property consultant who believes in transparency and helping people make safe investment decisions. You see that already you are already clear in your head, okay, this is exactly who I am. This is exactly what I represent, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. Right? Are you with me? Now, the next step two, is define your values. Define your values. Okay, so before I move into step two, there was something I wanted to say, right? You should also do a SWOT analysis. Now, what SWOT means is strengths, weakness. I know you must have heard about it before, but this is a personal thing, right? Normally, if you're doing SWOT, if we're doing SWOT analysis here, if we're doing SWOT analysis, what we do is we normally do it for companies, right? So we check what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, what are their opportunities, and what are their threats. So now you have to do it for yourself as a person, right? Okay, so what are my strengths? What am I good at? right? Okay, I want to do real estate. It's okay. What are my strengths? What can I be able to say? Do you get? What can I be able to say? What can I be able to do? What are my strengths? What weaknesses do I have? A weakness of yours may be like, okay, I'm shy to be in front of a camera. If you're shy, there are platforms like X and LinkedIn, right? Like X and LinkedIn, where you can just use what's the name, text and even Instagram. You can just use even Facebook. What am I saying? You can just use a picture and you get a write up, right? It's still all these things still get engagement. All these things still get engagement. You can still use a write up, and then you just do a SWOT analysis. Okay, maybe your weakness is I cannot talk to the camera. I'm very shy, and then then you plan around it. You plan around that weakness. Okay, I acknowledge that this is my weakness. You first of all acknowledge it. You are aware of it, and then what you now do is you position yourself in such a way that, okay, yes, as I'm aware of this thing now, what the next thing I need to do is look for a solution to this weakness. Okay, since I am scared of it, right, I will do something else. I will use another platform, or I will use another medium, right? Now the O is for opportunities. Okay, now that I know all these things about myself, what opportunities are there for me in this niche now that I have chosen? What opportunities? What can I talk about? What can I do? Who can I serve? Those are the opportunities, right? Then you have threats. What are the threats? Your threat may be, there are so many real estate consultants, so many real estate advisors and the rest of it. You understand? Now, if you have those people as your competition, right, you now need, that is when you now sit down and start bringing out your competitors. Okay, these guys are the people that I'm looking at in the industry, and they are doing well, and I want to be like them. So technically, if I want to be like them, if I want to be like these guys, I need to start somewhere, right? Another thing again people do in this SWOT analysis is your threats. You go and make it too big. You cannot say that your threat now, as you are now, let's say maybe you are a real estate agent and you are doing your SWOT analysis, and then in your threat, you are now like, okay, who is my competitor? Who are my competition, right? You now go and choose somebody like say, who will I even use sef in the real estate industry? Okay, let me just say you now go and use somebody like Sujimoto is big, right? You now go and say, okay, African landlord. He's also marketing his property. He's also a real estate marketer himself personally, right? Or you now say, okay, you want to go and do like a lateral MD. Omo, you will see you will see shege o. There are levels to these things, right? There are levels to these things. So you cannot say, you can only look up to these people, but they are not your competition. Your competitor is the next person. Say maybe for instance you are making sales of 2 million, 5 million in a month, right? That is this amount of sales you are making. Your competition is the next man that is making 7 to 10 million. No, that is your competition, not somebody that is making 100 million. Somebody that is making 100 million has they have built. Do you know what it takes before you sell a property of one? They have built. There is a kind of connection around them. There's a kind of capacity that they have. You sell a land, you have a property, like you see somebody, you are going to go up to somebody that is selling properties of 100 million, 200 million, 1 billion. Okay, there's no problem. You continue doing the SWOT analysis. Okay, so like moving on, so just do the SWOT analysis, right? Just do the SWOT analysis, and then know yourself, right? Know your competitors, know them so that you can keep up with them. You understand, you know what they are doing, you know their next line of action, and what's up. You understand? So the next step is to define your values, like I said earlier on. So the examples of the values are, okay, your values are what people experience when dealing with you, right? Okay, examples of those values are: do you have integrity? Are you transparent? Are you professional? How is your speed of delivery, right? Are you excellent? What about customer satisfaction and support, right? These things are values. You understand? So you need to define them. Define them. Okay, I'm going to be very professional when it comes to my clients, right? I'm going to have integrity. If I tell you that my yes is yes, my no is no. You understand? I'm going to be so transparent. I'm going to be so professional. I'm going to be so excellent in such a way that the client satisfaction will be 100, right? That is your values. You need to define it very well. You need to define it. So I said a real estate professional without values is dangerous because clients are not just buying property. They are trusting your character. They are trusting your character. So moving on, the step 3. I hope you guys are following. Step 3 is find your niche. Hope you guys are following. Hope you guys are following me. Hope we all are following. Okay. Okay, so step 3 is find your niche. Find your niche. Now, you cannot be everything to everybody. You cannot serve everybody. You have to choose what do you want to do. You understand? Because the strongest personal brands I know, right, are very, very specific. I've forgotten this guy's name on Instagram. I've forgotten his name. But he's into luxury real estate, right? He doesn't sell any property. I've not seen on his page. I've not seen any property below 250 million. I have not seen anyone. He's into luxury real estate, and from the way he looks, you will know that that is what he does. From the way he looks, from the way he dresses, the way he addresses, even okay, I forgotten that. I will pull them up later on, right? So from the way he looks, the way he talks, the way he even addresses the camera, the way the editing of the videos alone self is very, very, very top notch, right? So he's into luxury real estate. He doesn't sell even a property of 70, 90 million, 100 million. He doesn't sell it from 250 million up. That's the least I've ever seen on his page. That's the least I've seen on his page. So he has already defined his own niche. He has found his own niche, which is luxury real estate, and he kept to it. You understand? So the examples of the niches you can get, right, in real estate are: you can venture into luxury real estate, land investment, like you say, okay, yes, I want to make this, like people should be, I want people to, like something like land banking, right? So something like that. So you can do land investment, commercial properties, affordable housing. Affordable housing is another one. You can even say, okay, you don't want to be doing anything with Nigerians anymore. You want to do people in diaspora, right? Or even first-time homeowners or first-time land buyers. Those are your target audience. Now, when you get this target audience, it is very, very, very important. You understand? It is the reason why it is very, very important to get this target audience right is because when you get them, it's just like knowing, like football now. I'm a football fan. Don't mind me. So that's why I use football as reference. Like in football now, everybody has a goal. Like everybody has a target, and which is that net, right? So all 11 players understand, not 11, all 10 players understand that the goal is to get this ball from here to that post, like to that goal inside the net. That is the goal, right? So when you niche down, you already know that my goal is to take this particular type of person from point A to point B, right? That is how this real estate, that is how this niching down works. Because if you don't niche down, your message, instead of your message, okay, say for instance now, instead of your message to be something like, okay, so good morning, guys, good morning, everyone. I have something to tell you. So if you are a first-time home buyer, I want you to know this. this, that. For you to get your first property, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. But then if you are communicating to nobody, you are communicating to everybody at the same time, you cannot say first time home buyers. Why? Because if you say first time home buyers, it will look like as if you are living, you will now start looking for ways to amplify your message so that it suits everybody, which is very stressful. And at the end of the day, you find out that you end up selling to nobody, you end up talking to nobody because you are giving the message just randomly, right? And then random people start contacting you. Do you get like one? Sorry, don't worry, let's go. I just remembered something and then I started laughing. So okay, so imagine someone says, I like say for instance now you niche down and then you say, okay, you want to become a luxury real estate personal brand, like you want to be a luxury real estate personnel, someone that sells luxury real estate, right? When you niche down like that, you find out that if somebody says, when somebody says, even if the person does not come directly to you, if another person, if you communicate your personal brand very well, you find out that even people that just came across your post and then they are like, someone now says that they need something like that, they will end up referring you to that person. They were not your target audience, so initially, but now you said, okay, I do luxury real estate, or I am interested in first time home buyers or first time land buyers, right? You find out that even people that have already bought land before, they may not even chat you, but then they may refer somebody that is his first time to buy a property. Now, even the people that has even bought property from you before start referring other first timers, and even they themselves will still keep on buying properties from you. So you find out that you are even killing two birds with one stone, but because you niche down. First time home buyers will always turn to, like, they will always buy, let's say maybe they will want to buy later on. So whenever they want to buy, who do you think that they will come to? You are the one they will come to, of course, because you are the one that helped them get their first home or their first property. So if they trust you enough to buy their first property from you, why not their second? Why not their third? Why not their fourth? Right? So niching down helps people understand the direction that you are moving. Niching down helps you do that. Now, moving on to the next step 4 is to define your USP. Right? What is USP? USP is unique selling point. Normally, if we do for companies, we say UVP, so unique value proposition, right? So this one is unique selling proposition, right? Now, unique selling proposition, what does it do? It answers, why should someone choose me instead of Mike? Why should someone choose me now instead of Mike? Why should someone choose you instead of the other person or the other agent? Right? Why should someone choose you? So now, examples of things like this are, say for instance, if you want to address something like this now, examples of this are, I help, let's say maybe you are going with first time home buyers now, say something like, I help first time buyers avoid risky property decisions. I help first time buyers avoid risky property decisions. Are you seeing that you have defined it? You are clear about what you are doing. You are clear about what you are doing. Now, that is actually the last part. That's the step 4. This is the last part. But then, if you were following, if you followed very very well, you find out that just only these 4 steps can actually make your book, like the book you're using to do your self-evaluation, the book you're using to do it, it can actually make your book full, right, into, like, let's say maybe like 4 pages. Just only these 4 steps, right? It has made you clear. Now, there's another thing again about this thing. One thing is for you to define these things, and another thing again is for you to keep at it, right? One thing is for you to define this, and another thing again is for you to keep at it, because you might be pushing a particular narrative, like keep pushing a particular narrative, and then you're like, oh, money, the money doesn't come from, money is not coming from this side. I beg, let's go and do this thing. A lot of a lot of people has fallen into that trap, but then you need to understand that eventually, not even eventually, it always pays off at the end. It always pays off at the end, because when someone keeps seeing you, keeps seeing the value that you are dishing out to them, you keep dishing out this value, one day when they themselves are ready for that thing. Property, really, getting a property is not an easy feat, you understand? So one day when they've gathered that money and they've been watching you for the longest, they'll be like, oh, this guy knows what he's saying, or this lady knows what she's saying. Let me contact her first, right? Let me contact her. You get? So that is how this personal brand thing works. That is how branding works. Branding is not an overnight something. That is why it is a perception, how people see you. And perception is built over time. Perception is built over time. You understand? So we should not fall into that trap of just taking it today, taking it step by step. Just after you finish taking it, you finished handling it, like you are consistent, you are showing consistency and everything. All of a sudden, you run out of money, and then before you know, bam, you say, let me go and sell to let me just do one and buy this, and people should buy, right? So if you do something like that, you've actually spoiled the reputation you've been trying to build. It takes a a long time to build a reputation, and it takes just 1 minute to spoil it. It takes a very, very long time to build a reputation, and that is the reason why you find out that if people guard their personal brand with their life, like as if their life depends on it, right? Like Dangote now, well, Dangote is even too far. Like let's say Mike now, like this. Mike guards his personal brand, but he doesn't even know it, that he's even guarding it. Because there's some things that most times you say some of these things about this person. No, the person will come and tell you, no, don't do that. Don't say that thing about me. That is you guarding your person. You even having that mindset of, if someone talks bad about you, right? You go and challenge that person. You go and talk to that person and tell the person that thing the person did is wrong. You doing that alone is you trying to secure your personal brand. You doing that alone is because, you see, personal brand is not more than image. It's the same thing as image. You hear someone saying something like, you want to tarnish my image. That is the personal brand that they are talking about. Do you understand? So personal brand is public perception of you. You get? So now I'm moving into the next section. Do I still have time, Mike? Hello. Okay, so let me continue till he comes up. Okay, so section 4 is about building trust and credibility, right? So in real estate, trust is your biggest currency. Trust is your biggest currency. A person can actually forget your flyer, forget your advert, forget every single thing, right? But they will remember how you made them feel. That was what I said earlier on, and this place is just to buttress my point, right? They will not forget how you made them feel. You may forget you came online and you're like, hello guys, okay, so I just want to tell you that investing in properties, this is that. They will forget all those things. They will forget it, but later on, subconsciously, when the topic of property comes up, and then they are like, hey, that's true, this guy said it too. You understand? This guy said it. And when they say something like, this guy said it too, automatically it means that you're winning. Right? This guy said it, and he said that so and so and so. Wait, let me go and check what he said that time. Said, and then you've already made them conscious of that particular thing. You've made them conscious of. Say for instance, man, they wanted to go and buy. They escorted somebody to go and buy a property. Right? Say for instance, they escorted someone to go and buy a property, and then the person that wants to buy the property is like maybe his mind is already made up and he's already trying to get it from that particular person. You know that there are some people that you cannot just persuade. You get. So say for instance that person is a very stubborn person, and then the person wants to go and buy a property from somewhere, and then you have been teaching first time home buyers. You've been teaching first time home buyers what to do, documents to check out, things to check out in different places, or in different things, or different documents to check, right? You've been teaching them all those things, and then the person that wants to sell the property comes and is like, that one doesn't matter, that one doesn't matter. That person that has been consuming your content will be like, oh, that's a lie. You see what this person said, he shows his friend. I see what this person says. Do you understand? Now they are now referring to you as an expert in that particular field. Do you understand this now? They are now referring to you as an expert in that particular field. Now your person, if you check this, you are seeing that your personal brand is winning, right? The financial part of it may not be visible yet, but already you are catching the person's attention. And funny enough, there's something social media does. You are not only catching one person's attention, you are catching thousands of people's attention at the same time. But what you need to still understand is, depending on how clear you communicate things, right? Everybody, different people have different ways of understanding something, right? Different ways of understanding things. You understand? You can say, drop this cup here. You understand? Drop this cup on the drop this cups on the table, right? Drop this cup on the table. Now, someone will come and ask, which table? Which is it the table in the parlor? Just drop it on this table. I pointed it out for you, right? So different people have different ways of understanding something. Now, if your content is clear enough, a majority of those people will get the same context from it. A majority of those that your audience will get the same message that you are trying to pass across. Like, will get it, they will understand it, right? So you need to be clear about it. So, like I said earlier on, so let me come back to what I was saying earlier on. I said, in real estate, trust is your biggest currency. Trust is your biggest currency. A person can forget your advert and the rest, they understand, but they will not forget how you made them feel. So, how then do you now build trust, right? Because we are talking about trust. How do you now build trust? If you were listening, I said it earlier on, right? I said something like this. I said, first off, the first thing that's on my screen, on my slide, right, is you educate your audience. Don't only post things like land for sale, we have property in Maitama, we have 250 plot of land in Akuku, all those type of things. Don't do that. Teach them, educate them, so that they see you as the expert. How can I verify land documents? 5 mistakes first home buyers make. 3 mistakes to avoid while buying a property. Obviously, people know what C of O is, but they may not really understand the implications of not having the C of O. So you tell them the implications of not having the C of O. All these things, you educate them, make them understand, right? Make them understand what you are saying. Now, the next thing is you try and be transparent. Not even try, be transparent. You should be transparent with the person you are trying to sell things to. Be transparent. Don't hide information. Don't start gatekeeping information, like I said earlier. Don't start gatekeeping information. Don't be clear about every single thing. If your property is in Lagos, say it is in, if it says it's in Lagos. If it is in Aja, inside Lagos, say it's in Aja. If it's in Sangotedo, say it is in Sangotedo. If it is in, let's now bring it down to let's say maybe Anambra State or Asaba, anywhere your property is, say it. Talk about the documentation. What documentation does this thing have? Does this property have? You understand? Talk about it. Now, this particular thing now that I'm saying now, you can be posting content of like, okay, I'm teaching. You can even split it up. You can say, okay, I am teaching. I'm going to do educative content 3 times in a week. Then I'm going to do sales once a week, and then the other weeks I may just do relatability content, right? Something like that. You get to tell them about the price, tell them about the processes involved in getting that particular property. Be transparent. Now, thirdly, you can show proof, but if you don't also have proof, it's fine, right? But if you have proof, always show proof, because people believe what other people say about you quicker than what you say about yourself. Let me repeat that thing. People believe what other people say about you quicker than what you say about yourself. That is just it. People believe it. Now, if 50 people, no, let 50, let's say 50 is much. Let's say if 10 people come and say that, this person, no, this guy is a very good guy. He's, hey, when he sold me my first property, everything was very smooth. The process was very smooth. You've gained credibility just like that. You've gained automatic credibility just like that, just by what people said about you, but just by the testimonials, just by the client experiences. Maybe you come, you be like, okay, after each inspection of property, right? Excuse me. After each inspection of property, you get, like, let's say maybe a video clip of your client. Let's say maybe you just talk to a client and you're like, okay, sir, please, can I just like have a you don't even need to say please, sir. Honestly, if you treated them well, you don't even need to say please, because they will gladly do it for you, right? Just like, hey, sir, now that you've seen your property, I would love you to like give me like your experiences. What did you experience? Just tell me what you experienced. Genuinely, just say it. You understand? Let me record you. They would accept it. Some will say maybe you should not put their face online, but they will accept it, right? When you get those things now, those things can be things that you use to persuade your next client. You used to talk to your next client. You need to be like, okay, if there is proof, if you are trying to say, okay, I sold to so and so, I've sold to dozens of people, I've sold to dozens of people. Here are testimonials. Look at videos of client experiences, right? You can send one's view, right? So they know. You get, so things like this helps build credibility in your personal brand, right? So now the fourth one is that is the last but not the least, is communicate professionally. Communicate professionally, right? Your communication is part of your brand, right? Well, you may not. So I said communicate professionally, right? So when I said communicate professionally can actually happen in a different place, right? So say for instance, your content now, you are like this type of person that is trying to create content that people can relate to. Maybe your platform of choice is TikTok, right? Maybe your platform of choice is TikTok. And on TikTok, what actually works better on TikTok is not when you sit down and do a polished video. No, what works very well on TikTok is, you see those videos where you just raise your phone up and you're talking. Like, you just raise your phone up and then you're like, hello guys, okay, so I just wanted to give you a quick tip for today, and this is make sure that you check this document, check this one, check that one. You see that video will perform well than when you sit down, do a professionally edited video and all those things on TikTok, right? So on TikTok, you want to do something like that, you can actually not communicate professionally if that is your brand. That is why I said platform also matters. If you are running on TikTok, you can also do professional things on TikTok, but it may not really go as far as you think, You understand? But if you do those professional things on like Instagram and maybe X or LinkedIn, X self may not really work. You get, but Instagram, yeah, and Facebook, it will work, right? So you sit down in front of the camera and talk. Yeah, so communicate professionally. You can do it majorly where I recommend that you do it very well is maybe not in your content. You should be relatable in your content, but where I recommend is while while working with the client, right? While working with the client in each of the things that they want to do, you need to be able to communicate professionally and on time. Communicate professionally, communicate on time. Make sure that the details you are giving, if you say you are coming by 5, come by 5. If you say you are coming by 6, come by 6. If there is a hold up on the way, if you know that if you know that there's going to be a hold up on the way, go on time so that you get there by the set time that you, so that is where communicate professionally comes to play, right? In your content you may say that, okay, and also there are also people that there are also some ladies, right? Let me not go there first. Yeah, it's a whole new, it's a whole another story. It's a whole story on its own. So, but just communicate professionally, act professionally, right? So now we are going to section 5, which is building your online personal brand. So you should know, I know you all know this, but if you don't know it, your social media is your digital office. Your social media is your digital office. If you treat it anyhow, it will treat you anyhow, right? If you treat it anyhow, it will treat you anyhow. Sorry. Okay, so I just received an information, right? So Mike, can I just finish? Let me just touch Instagram and then just only Instagram and then we go, right? So let me just my time is up. They just reminded me that my time is up. So let me just touch Instagram and then we are off here. So your social media is a digital office. Before clients meet you physically, they meet you online first. They meet you online first. Most people, they meet you online first. So on Instagram, you should use Instagram to showcase your properties, share education, give market updates, and do not actually take your page as a property catalog. Like you come today, you share, you say land so selling for 2 million, this one selling for 5 million. Even on your Facebook is the only thing that they see. No education, no that, like they don't know if you're a human being or not sef. Right? So always show the person behind this business, right? Always show the person behind the business. I would have touched on LinkedIn, but my time is up, and I want to really say thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for um, bringing me on, Mr. Mike. Thank you so much. I'm thanking Latera so much for bringing me on here today. I'm really grateful. Right. So thank you all, amazing people. I'm seeing your comments, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you all for listening today. Mike, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. J. My name is Joseph, but I prefer Mr. J. Mr. J feels more professional. Thank you so much for what you have been able to teach us today. It's been quite amazing. It took more than expected, but the knowledge was there and the value we're gaining was massive. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Maybe next time we'll call you so that you can finish up where you stopped. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you everyone for your time. Okay, it's already 6 minutes past the hour of 9. And I want to appreciate everybody for coming on this evening. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for even gaining the knowledge that you're supposed to gain. I always urge us that branding is a very important aspect of what we do here, and it's very important that you take yours seriously, as we have been given ideas on how to do that. So I would advise that you take these things and put it into practice so that it takes you from where you know to where you don't know, so that you get better every day. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share this to so many persons. You can always come back to our page to always get the knowledge. And don't forget, you are always welcome to visit our office anytime opposite the Government House, Anwine Road, Asaba, Delta State. Thank you so much for your time this evening. I love you all. Please have a beautiful evening.
Hello, everyone. It's beautiful to be in Shalom Park. It's amazing. All the plots have been fully demarcated, fully fenced, and work is continuously going on here. And it's a symbol of what we stand for, that when you buy from us, you have guaranteed peace of mind and you are sure of capital appreciation. And today again, at Shalom Park, in our Kelem community in Ngopara, we stand as a test that when you invest with us, you are sure to reap maximum returns. We want to see you on our next allocation batch, and it's going to move all through December. I welcome you all to a new dispensation of when you buy land, you get instant allocation. With Latera, a lot of things are possible for you. But first, it starts with you believing you can be the one. Thank you.